Barely. Yeah, but I paid my $99 for last year, so I should be able to get one of those.
Yeah, you gonna get one. You gonna get one. Wait for it.
It's in custom.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah, it's in Miami Customs. You're going to wait.
They won't even let drone shares go through.
Yeah, no lie.
They just said drone in the title.
So John, that hat, that DJ hat.
We gotta make a shirt with a drone in the water. It just say drink.
Yeah. Oh, here's your, you're gonna get as many of these.
Oh, well, I'm buying it now. Now I'm buying it.
Coming. Yeah, let me get my ticket together.
Or visit getcopperhead.com. So call 1-800-714-4802 or visit getcopperhead.com. Order now.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How you doing? Just getting things set up here.
That's why we created the company. Affordable, high-quality hearing aids for all, choose made and none hassle. Gathering hands offers Bluetooth, medical-grade hearing aids delivered to your door, thousands less than you expected. And remote access to an audiology team, 7 days a week.
So we should be all set, I think. I think. Hey, Dusty, Brenda, Russell, Giggles, TJ, Coremano, East Coast, hey, how you doing? Here comes Lance from Hawaii. Hey, Jim, good morning.
Morning, Paul.
You got your YouTube playing, Lance.
Yeah, I turned it down. I'm gonna go grab a quick cup of coffee. I'll be back in
Okay,
30 seconds.
take your time. Yep, Brenda's here, Jim's here, Giggles is here, East Coast. A lot of the regulars are here already.
Socialism is dead.
I think actually it's easier than you think. I mean, look at what young men did in the last election. I think if you go out, you speak to them, one of the things that Donald Trump did was go into the manosphere, go and do those podcasts, talk about, and hey, this guy has also been really good.
What are you up to, Russell? Anything? Yeah, I did a ship first thing this morning. It was a training vessel, Great Lakes Maritime Academy was downbound. It's a nice looking ship, but there isn't any what do you call freighters in my area.
like government official. If you think that's gonna work.
Jonathan Jackson, good morning.
That's what we talked about in here.
Absolutely, and this is the thing, think about who's actually supporting his candidacy. Well, they did this breakout, which parts of the city sort of backing him. He got a lot of cash. This all sounds fantastic, but if you look at the real, it's like paycheck to paycheck. Stop playing. You know, we're not buying that stuff.
And as Democrats lurch farther to the left, you've got on the other side, Donald Trump was completely taken over the Republican Party, remade the Republican Party into a far more, into a common sense, not less ideological party, which is about like coming.
Johnny Drone Flyer's got a whole gaggle of people on his channel right now. Not very few, if any of them, other than Johnny, comes to my channel, so it shouldn't hurt our attendance.
Tuesday, you've got plans for they don't have spending, so you don't have to. On Wednesday, you first talks go on for next week. Thursday, all of these companies, not like airplane regulation, talking about all of these private companies are investment, so it's growing with companies to implement the Baja Science Company, different financial dollars. Friday, Supreme Court, makes it, far more difficult for these lower court judges to put these injunctions, these wacky injunctions that make the rest of the country suffer for what some random federal court judge nobody's ever heard of puts into place. And then on Saturday, he manages to get his big beautiful bill passed through.
And don't forget, Charlie, the stock market hit a record high as well. And so now you see him saying, hey, I'm going to work on the next peace agreement, because he wants these peace agreements so we can start focusing almost exclusively here domestically. And so he's saying, I want a peace deal between Israel and Hamas. I want to bring peace to the Middle East. I want
Mark White, how you doing?
cities destroyed, starvation there, all that. He wants all that to end, and he wants to focus again on the big beautiful bill, which needs to pass around July 4th.
Why this morning, Paul?
I'm hanging in here. It's 68 degrees and sunny, but the air feels very humid, so I don't know.
What's the next challenge? How can I make life better for you? You, the American person. And that's how you end up on a Mount Rushmore, if you will, because you keep your eye on the ball.
Jonathan, good morning. Jonathan is joining us.
These big bills together. You don't. It's like, yeah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan. How are you doing?
Oh man, it's been a crazy month. I'm still kind of pissed.
What are
I
you
just had
mad
to
about?
go off on McDonald's. I had to go off on McDonald's about my drone.
Oh,
My first drone cameras, and I don't think anybody ever wants to do that again. Like snap one of those people. I went off on them people. And I'm gonna tell you what part really pissed me off, right? Okay. Me and my mother decided we're gonna go get breakfast this morning. We get some coffee first, right?
yeah.
Being that she's with me, I'm like, okay, Ma, you drive because I want to fly while we riding. We go get coffee. Then we said we're going to McDonald's. So now, where we went to get coffee in McDonald's is opposite direction of each other. So by the time we get to McDonald's, my battery is like 24%. I'm flying the Mavic 4 Pro. As we ordering, the drive-through, not the drive, but the little thing where you order before you get to the drive-through.
Yeah.
And shit, they be ordering. Drone tells me my battery getting low. I jump out the truck, say I'll meet you on the other side. So I go to the other side, and I'm landing my drone in my hand. I'm by the window where, not where you pay for your food, but where you pick up the food. So as I'm landing the drone, the people inside of McDonald's, they look and they see me landing the drone. Of course, it's a big ass Mavic 4. So just as I'm landing the drone in my hand, my mother pulls up to the window to get the food. Fucking maintenance man comes out the door to McDonald's and he says, "Hey, you can't fly that over here." I look at him, I said, "What?" He said, "You can't fly that over here." I said, "No. First of all, I'm in the air. You can't tell me where I can fly in the air, number one." I said, "Number two, I got credentials to fly this big ass drone." By this time now, my attitude done fled. I done walked up on this dude because you done came outside to approach me in the first place. So I done walked up on him. And when I tell him that, he had the nerve to say the wrong thing to me. He said, "This is private property." That just pushed a button in me.
Well,
I said,
that's how stupid a lot of people are, though, Jonathan.
So look, now see,
They
but
think they own
see,
the
I'm the
land,
type
but
of
they don't
person.
own the land.
Yeah, I'm the type of person I will get on your level, whether it be higher level or lower level. I will join you on your level. So when he says that, when he said this is private property, I said, well, here's what the you do. Go inside, call the police, and tell them that I'm flying my drone in McDonald's. And I said, the people inside who said they're talking about this is private property, they can kiss my, and I'm not going to say the rest, but boy, they pissed me off. They pissed me off. I was heated.
Hey, Donald's here to clarify what you're talking about, probably, Jonathan.
Yeah, look, matter of fact, look, Double D was just texting me when this happened. I had to tell him what happened. Like, yo.
Yeah. You weren't hurting anything, but they were right.
You can't land on it, but you can fly over it.
You can fly wherever you want,
that,
but they can tell you can't stand there and control it from their property. They can say, "Get off my property and fly." They can tell you get off their property for just about anything.
Yeah, you just walk to the street.
Yeah.
Listen, I hate it for them. They got the wrong one. Better call CPD. Better call CPD because one of y'all about to get beat up real quick messing with me about my drone. I don't play that. See, when you're the type of person that don't bother nobody, right? The last thing somebody want to do is bother you about something when you know that you're right.
Yeah.
All hell will break loose. You messing with me about something that I'm right, I pull out 3 horns, not 2. Yeah, that just pissed me off this morning. Something fierce.
Giggles goes, "Damn, Jonathan."
It ain't like I was doing something wrong flying a drone. I ain't over here committing no crime or can't even talking to y'all. You see me landing my drone in my hand because my battery running low. Come out here talking about, oh, you can't fly it over here. They in there, they nervous, and this is private property. Listen, you in your private property and kiss my. Before I had to you up, you need to get out of my face.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if they came over and said, "Would you mind not doing it?" Not, "You can't do that."
Of course, I might not landing my drone. If I don't land my drone, the battery's dead, it's going to crash. So, yeah, I got a problem with that.
Yeah, true.
I'm not about to crash my drone because you scared because you see something in the sky that you don't understand. Learn something. That's what you do. All right, I'm done ranting. I just had to get that off my chest.
Good thing you got that off your chest, Jonathan.
I had to get that. Somebody take over. I want to ruin the show. Ooh.
Well, I shared drone news with Jonathan this morning. I just got notification that the drone that was held in customs last November was just returned to DJI.
You mean the one that you received, or the one that you didn't receive?
The one that was held in customs that
The
they
one
held
they
in
sent before
customs,
the
and
one he
DJI
received.
sent me another one, and it got through to me.
Right.
I just got notification that the one that had been held in customs finally made it back to DJI, and it's like no wonder they don't want to do business in the U.S. if they have product that is being held for that long.
Yeah. 7 months, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, okay, it can't come in. Return it. Just return it.
Yeah, that's why DJI mess with us. They send their stuff and they get stuck in customs and never hit the retailers. That means their money is just sitting in limbo.
Means they have all that money tied up in product that is not being sold.
Well, and the thing of it is, Donald, it'd probably blow all of our minds if you knew how many times this happened and how much money's sitting out there.
Yeah. Oh, well, we all know
Right,
because
right.
everybody had those stories going on back when when the Air 3S first went on sale.
Sure
Well,
did.
what's
In
it?
fact,
Joe's replacement Avata 2's got stuck in customs.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
and
in Canada.
that was a replacement for his because
Yeah.
it was
yeah, he said that
A
yesterday.
replacement on Care Refresh. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody should have knew we was gonna have this problem with the man before we had it with the Air 3S. In fact, I didn't order my Air 3S until Donald got his in his hand. I literally asked Donald every day, "You get your bird yet? You get your bird yet? You get your bird yet?" As soon as he said he got it, that's when I ordered. I didn't order until he put it in his hand.
that's the thing. DJI was fabulous. Whenever I went, that got held in customs, they were doing their best to get it sold. They,
Mhm.
without even getting the drone back out of customs, they sent me another package out and got it to me. So basically, they had twice the amount of product out of their warehouses for the cost that I paid for one. Because
Yeah.
customs is holding it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, anybody who like buys their drone, if they buy their drone and crash it like 2-3 days after they bought it, DJI just sends them a brand new one. And there you go.
I'm hoping it's been long enough they forgot that they sent me the other one. They'll just refund me the money.
Or send you
that would be
another
beautiful.
No, I would be on the phone because that wouldn't be right.
I ain't
Well,
gonna lie.
it'd be funny, but it wouldn't be right.
It wouldn't be right.
I'd have had to been wrong.
And for a company to do their best to take care of me, and for me to screw them over afterwards would be even more wrong on top of that.
Yeah.
No, they ain't taking no love. Oh man.
It would be like going to McDonald's and McDonald's fixing me a really, really nice breakfast and being super nice to me and fixing me the food and everything like that, and then yelling at me that I couldn't lay my drone and me being a jackass to him and saying, "Yeah, I can fly wherever I want, McDonald motherfuckers." See, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I forgot the part where I told him to kiss my. Oh yeah, I showed you. They'll never get my business again. I'm gonna scramble my own eggs and make my own bacon. I'm trying to be nice and spend some money with y'all. Y'all want to act up?
You can fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 times.
So where you off
shit.
Where you off to driving at this time of the morning then?
I'm gonna go over to Lowe's and get that adapter so I can get the dishwasher in this morning. Not have to worry about it. I have been feeling good this morning. I woke up stomach upset.
Why? What is it that went wrong?
I don't know.
What didn't fit?
Oh, the water inlet. I just need to buy a
Just get a washing machine hose. They're only about a tenner.
Well, I need a specific adapter for my water inlet hose that I've got to the dishwasher that I've got. I don't know how buying a completely separate dishwasher hose would solve
Alright.
my problem. Actually, it is the dishwasher or the washing machine hose is the correct size for the inlet on the dishwasher. But I've already got the inlet hose coming over to it, so
So your old dishwasher's got a different size than your new dishwasher.
yes.
Right.
Not a big deal. $6. I just got to drive over here and get it.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to fit on the back of the dishwasher.
On the underside.
On the other side. Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Why did people fuck me this morning?
You guys see where Jeremy was on on Johnny's show this morning? He sold his Air 3S Flymore combo for like $1,100.
Yeah.
What?
No.
He sold a Flymore combo Air 3S for like $1,100.
That's
I was like, man, if I didn't have a wife, I would have pulled the trigger on that because that's a good deal just to have one for backup.
the some drone guy.
Yes.
Yeah. He's the one that sent TJ that meal for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 1,100? The
Seems to
whole
be a
Flymore
decent guy.
combo?
The whole
Yes.
Flymore combo.
The
Yeah.
whole Flymore, and it still had Care Refresh.
And it had a hard case too, I think, didn't it?
No, did not have the hard
Yeah,
case.
that
That was
would-
Lon was talking about having a hard case.
Okay.
Yeah, Lon sold the hard case with his to Uncle Bill. Well, I think
He's got two more
I think
Air
he's got some extra ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he had two more. I was like, I asked him how much he'd want for one because, like, if you make me a deal on a hard case, I like having a hard case.
I don't like the hard case. Too bulky. Too bulky. Hey, look, 1,100. I'd have bought it just because. I mean, I got the Air 3 and the Air 3S, but for that price,
Right. I asked him if he had any gold bars he was selling for $750. But he,
What is the Air 3S now? They're about
he's like, holy,
just over 2,000, something
the
like that.
Flymore,
15.99.
Just a shade over 2,000.
You got bad
For the Flymore, I think it was just a shade over 2,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was.
$15.99.
No, it was just under 2,000, I think.
I thought the 15.99 was,
Yeah, it was just under.
I thought that was just the what's it in the controller, not the flag.
$15.99. By the time you paid tax and all that, it came to about 18. If I remember
That's
correctly,
right.
18 and change.
Yeah, well, we're
Right.
talking taxes too.
Yeah, that's what I said. 18 and change by the time you do the
Yeah.
taxes.
So
I
just
bought both of them.
yeah, so just under 2,000.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a deal right there.
I was like, $1,100 was a steal.
Yeah.
Also depends on how many hours he had on it, but I don't think he had that many.
That's a good. That's a damn good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody getting nervous. They starting to sell all their birds. Okay, here we go again.
He can't be well, he can't be short of money because he runs that printing business, doesn't he?
Nah, it definitely ain't about the money. Especially if he sold it for 1,100, it definitely ain't about the money. It's more. I would think it's more. A lot of people are scared about this. What's going to happen in the next 6 months? Because when they first started out, people was letting it be known that if the ban goes through, any drone that DJI sells afterwards, we won't get our hands on. But now you got a lot of bloggers up there. They're not saying that part anymore. They're just saying DJI is going to be banned. You're not going to be able to fly your drone. So it's making a lot of people who aren't educated very nervous. And now they're putting all their drones on the chopping block.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to drop the birds out of the sky that are already in the sky.
Yeah,
But
because they already passed the FCC, so
yeah,
there's nothing they can do
it,
about that.
it'd just be moving forward.
Hmm. Anything after, like if they don't do what they're supposed to do in the band drops, we're not gonna see the Mini 5. We're not gonna see the Air 4. We're not gonna see the Mavic 5 Pro. Everything after is what we won't be able to get our hands on.
The
So
Neo.
anything before you're good. But people are running around deaf scared and they're just selling everything. I buy some of them. I'll let you, boy.
Was they bringing out a Neo 2, aren't they?
Neo 2, Avata 3,
Yeah.
Flip 2. They're supposed to do a second version of the OG FPV, DJI FPV, the first one. They're coming out with a second version of that sometime this year.
All right.
But maybe not here in the United States.
Right. If it don't drop before that time frame hits and none of our government agencies do anything, then we're just gonna be dead automatically.
I'm looking forward.
Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to seeing the reply that Joe gets from Trump.
I say I'm monogamous. I can only fly one drone at a time.
Yeah.
And that's why I sold all my drones. All I have is the Air 2S, which is just fine.
But like all of those are before what's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we're gonna be good with those. In fact, that's when you really don't want to fly as much because, like you say, if they ain't letting nothing in or out, well, they ain't letting nothing out from China.
Yeah, you don't want to crash one and not be able to get it replaced.
Right.
That's why that $1,100. I was thinking, man, just to have a backup.
Yeah.
Right.
In case shit happens to my Air 3S, I could just grab the other one and be good to go. Because they make a good point. I bought Care Refresh on the Air 3S, but if I can't use it, I wasted that money.
Yeah, I'd be asking for a refund for the Care Refresh if you can't actually use it.
But it's not DJI that's keeping me from using it. It's the government.
Mm. Well, no, effectively.
Yeah.
I suppose they're still sending them from Canada or trying to send them from Canada. But, yeah.
And they are trying to honor Care Refresh claims, but they just can't guarantee how fast it gets done.
Yeah.
I guess they told Joe
I got
that don't worry, they will make sure he gets a replacement drone.
I don't know. Unless he said that this morning on Joe.
I think that's what he said this morning on Johnny's.
Hold on. He actually texted me about it.
All right, I'm gonna go inside here and I'll probably lose signal, so I'm just gonna go.
Okay, Don. Take care.
I might hook back up after I come back out.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Who else dropped off then? Was it Jonathan looking for a text? You got another warm, sunny day, Paul?
Yeah, it's going to get up maybe 80. But, when I say it's sunny, it's also hazy.
Uh-huh. Well, it's still early yet. Got to give the sun time to heat the air up.
Maria Bartiromo speaks to President Trump at the top.
I think we've got 23 degrees.
Well, they've still got a lot of fires going on out in Canada
All right.
and out in the west side of the U.S. And so, that smoke drifts east.
Mm-hmm. I think we've got 60% humidity today.
Talk about state fighting power. Watch the sheets target the state to release the fact restore to life.
Is that Jonathan coming back?
Yep.
Oops, sorry about that. Closed the wrong app.
What happened?
I closed the wrong app when I went looking for the message from Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, instead of everybody running around going crazy, man, just get, I guess, either what you need or what you want that's available now. Just in case, because we still don't know if it's actually going to happen in 6 months. But either way,
Joe.
Yeah, either way, whatever you got, you're still going to be able to fly. It's already past the FCC. Even the Mini 5 is past the FCC. But the question is, will we be able to get our hands on it? Because we already know it's not coming to the U.S.
Hey, Joe, how's it go?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Joe.
Morning, Joe.
Any issues overnight?
FCC approved, but they won't let it through.
What's that?
I said the Avata
They won't
2's
ride.
FCC approved and everything, but they won't even let the replacement through, you know?
That's what you see. Look, I wanted to be sure before I said it. I'm glad you came on because I couldn't find the text.
Right. Yeah, I went to X and I contacted the president, everybody, and said, why do we have a shadow ban on a DJI replacement drone when there's no ban on DJI drones? I said, I know we got to still do an audit and all of this. And I said, this is a drone I've had for almost 2 years, and they're sending me a replacement because I had a problem with one. I want my drone back. It's FCC legal, you know?
Right.
And I said to Christy, know them, all of them. And I'm going to do it every day. I'm going to send the same shit.
They're going to run out of couriers to send it by.
Well, at DJI, I told them, they got caught in customs. They said, have some patience. We'll work on it. You know, so it might take 2 to 4 days. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, true. You can't fly it yet.
Yeah,
It tells you to have some patience.
Because right now I'm not buying
Should've told
any
me.
drones. I just want that one back. I'm mad down that I sold the original Avata.
See, and that's what's gonna happen right there, Joe. You are the first. There's a lot of people gonna be mad that they got rid of their drones that they could have still been flying.
I wouldn't have got rid of it. I'd
Instead
have
of,
a Mini
getting
3
rid of
Pro still and 2 Avatas. You know,
I what you about to say,
it's
Joe?
okay because eventually it's either going to get fixed. It's going to get fixed. I'm still have confidence in that because I think that Trump is the kind of person, if you put out an order, get something done, it's going to get done. So they're going to have to do an audit on it.
I think it'll be another 3 years before it changes. When they get him out of office, they're gonna fix a lot of stuff that he just.
Well, wait, it's not him in office. It was happening before him. That stuff was passed before him.
Yeah, but you got to remember now, everything that went on the investigation from DJI before him, they cleared their names. They cleared their names. They wasn't doing anything wrong.
I know they weren't, but Stefanik won't let it go.
Yeah, he got all of a sudden all hell break loose.
Yes, but that's Stefanik. Stefanik won't let it go. You know? Because he came on and he said they knew what the New Jersey drones were. That was drones, illegal drones, all of this. He was saying good stuff about it.
Yes, in fact, he was the very one who clarified what was going on with the Jersey incident. He literally got on and explained it.
Yeah.
He said it was the military. It was people who were flying their drones. Everything was legal. He literally said that everything was legal. Was his very words.
Yeah. That's why I keep hammering his account. Maybe somebody will get it to him. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just say, Chrissy, what's going on with customs that the drones that are illegal are being banned? That's all he's got to say. And then customs find out who the cowboy is that is doing it. Who gave the order, right? Well, they're going to ban DJI drones, so let's don't let them in anymore.
From what I
And then
hear,
maybe
is
somebody
customs,
will lose a freaking job.
yeah, from what I hear, is customs doing it on their own. Like that's what I hear now. That they're doing it on their own. Nobody told them to do it.
Oh, I
But
know.
the decision that they making, I don't see how that's possible. Like they answer to somebody.
But my Mavic 3 came from, let's see, it came from not Ontario, it came from the other side. I have to see where the Mavic 3 came from. Can't remember. It came from Canada, and customs had it for 30 minutes. And I had it in 2 days. So why is it getting stopped now? And it didn't say DJI on the box. That was the thing. It said some kind of electronics company. Maybe they ought to just box them in that, you know?
Yeah. Send them in a plain wrapper, plain brown paper wrapper.
You know what, Joe? My Mavic 4 came in a bubble wrap. You could literally see what it was.
Wow.
What, there was nothing
It came bubble wrap. The original box was just bubble wrap. There was no cardboard box, no nothing. Like there was nothing to hide it.
And you can see it.
Yeah.
Did you
But
get all the
remember now-
documentation with it?
But remember now, I paid the tariff, so that could be why they just said, okay, we're gonna go ahead and let it through too.
Well, I shouldn't have a tariff on a replacement drone.
Now that's true. That is very much true.
I thought the tariffs are gone now anyway.
Oh no, not
They're
from
still-
us.
Just they're a
Not
lot
from
lower than they set them at.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy part was they charged me tariff for the drone, but they didn't charge me tariff for the RC Pro 2.
Wow.
And that came after. Somebody definitely got a wrench, a monkey wrench in the situation.
Mm.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens in 5 more.
Well, I had an exciting morning.
What
happened?
My vein blew.
Again?
Well, I knew it was going to blow.
What do you mean you knew?
You know, the main one, the first one? Because the antibiotics degraded a little bit, you know, the caustic. So it finally blew where it wasn't working. So she put another one in by my bicep, and it blew. So they just put the third one in on the side of my arm. And if that one blows, they're going to do a midline.
Mm.
That's why I don't like hospitals. You end up more injured than you was when you first went in there.
No, I told him, I said, you just might as well do the midline now because y'all going to have me in the hospital for 2 more weeks. And they said they'll probably talk about it tomorrow when I'm surgery. Might do it while I'm in surgery. What they'll do is they'll get ultrasound out and do ultrasound on my arm, upper arm, where it's not the area that bothers anybody. And then they'll go deeper to a vein that's deeper. And I'll be up while I'm in surgery so I don't have to feel it, right? And then they go in with instead of having just a catheter that's about an inch, they put one that's about 6 inches.
Come on, Joe. Call it a cannula like you're supposed to.
Yeah, close enough.
They run it in about 6 inches in there and balloon it so it don't come out.
Mm.
Cause that's what they had to do last time for about 2 days. The last 2 days of mine. And it doesn't move. You don't have to worry about pulling it loose or nothing.
How was breakfast this morning?
It got worse. The only good part on it, the eggs were kind of runny, but they were good. The butter came and it didn't have the seal on it. It was unsealed, just open. I figured they're trying to poison me, so I didn't use the butter because all the complaints I've been having. The bacon was good, so I don't know, I can't remember what I've got the next. Oh, I've got roast beef at lunchtime, and then I've got chicken basil pasta tonight, and then I won't have another meal till after surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So
I need you to get about that building, man.
Are they going to, have they scheduled the surgery at what time tomorrow?
tomorrow morning, that's all I know.
Oh,
No one of these people, it'd be early. It'd be like 6, 7 o'clock.
Between 6 and 8. Yeah.
And you said they were going to put something that was 6 inches in you?
That's why you popped on, Donald.
well, the nurse came in and said, bend over.
Spread them.
Well, the nurse came in today. I haven't seen since the first day.
Yeah.
Been off. She walked in and said, "You're still here?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, and I showed her what was going on. She goes, "Oh, Lord." And she said the same thing I said. It drained the thing on Monday. It probably wouldn't have lost all the skin.
Told you, don't have them wait till the next day.
The bottom line is they waited to get it to go down some so they wouldn't lose as much skin. But the longer they waited, the more skin died. You see?
Yeah.
So.
And
Hey,
let
guess what
this
time?
serve as
Guess
a
what?
lesson to you. Don't fall down.
Well, I'm not gonna believe me. I'm trying not to anymore. Guess what time my daughter got to the house last night with the dogs?
What time?
8:30.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
On the way home.
That'd be 11 o'clock East Coast time.
Yeah. So
I
she
bet those
came all
dogs
day,
had to
went in there at
pee.
10 o'clock.
But they were hungry.
Well, they still had food,
Oh.
but they pooped all over the paper. So she got mad because she had to pick all that up. Yeah,
Well, that's her fault.
I know. So I told her, and she was mad and angry. Pulled the gate, broke the gate. I said, "We got to put it back right, or you're gonna get through it." And I can't afford him in the living room. I think because he'll try to get out as soon as somebody opens the door. So she got everything back together and everything. But she put the phone down while she was working and everything. And I called Tino. I said, "Tino, come over here. Come over by me." And he sat there and he kind of side-eyed me, right? I said, "Tino, come over here. I'm sick in the hospital. I'll be home when I can." And he come over and he sat right in front of the camera just looking at me. I said, "I'm okay. I'm going to be home. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm going to be home." And he just sat right there and it was like just looking down at the camera at me, you know? Like, why you left us? That's what he's like, you know?
How the hell?
Make you
How
feel
the-
bad.
She's saying, how the hell did she fit you in there?
Now, see, Joe, if I live closer, you need somebody to take care of your dogs better.
Well, I agree.
You've seen how my dog said.
You're going through that cell phone black spot again.
Yeah, I told her she's got to go over this morning. She said she'd go over twice a day. She said she will. I said, "You say that every time." Yeah, I said, but now she's got to get over there sometime this morning because I sold something else on eBay. I ain't selling shit on eBay till I get in the hospital. So she got to package it up and mail it, you know? which is really it's really easy. Just print the label and put it on. But she put water in there, food in there last night, gave them their hemp treats and everything, and they were pretty quiet while she was there. When she was leaving, they barked a little bit, but they all right.
Where you going?
Let's see. What flavor I got today? Homemade vanilla. When they say, give me chocolate, you know?
Oh, you did get the right stuff, huh?
Well, maybe they don't have chocolate. They don't have chocolate. Change it to vanilla, you know?
Yeah.
Don't keep putting chocolate on there.
Well, it is a Sunday,
It don't matter.
so maybe they're not getting any deliveries.
Sunday.
Well, they got their deliveries Thursday for Sunday.
Oh,
I guarantee.
Oh shit! It is Sunday.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I thought it was Saturday. See, the people at McDonald's pissed me off. They threw me all the way off. Okay. Lance, good morning. How you doing?
Good. What day is it? Is Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Like, wait a minute, Sunday? I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah.
It's only just Sunday where you are, Lance.
6:45 a.m. No, 3:45.
Sunday at 3:45 a.m.
Right.
My laptop has not converted to Hawaiian time. I wonder why.
So I got meds coming up in a few minutes. Let's see, I might have to get them. I might have to go to the bathroom before they get the meds in me, because I got to lay here for 30 minutes with the meds. The thing was giving me so many problems yesterday. I yanked that machine, brought it over here, and I'm working the machine, pumping it in, make sure it's pumping in right. As soon as it include, I'd go ahead and clear it and fix it. She come walking in there and she goes, "Oh, you got it?" I said, "Yeah, I got it. Go." Just go away. I don't want to hear the beeping and nothing. I just kept doing it.
Just go away, huh?
I said, "I got it." She was laughing. She says, "Yeah, EMS." Because she was the EMS nurse. She said, "Yeah, EMS." I said, "I'm about to yank it out the pump and just let it drain. It'll go in faster."
Did you get him to move the trash bin closer for you so you could throw stuff in it?
Yeah, I got it now. That's just when they did all the stuff this morning, moved it again. I just tilted the thing back, reached back there, grabbed it, put it where I want it.
Okay.
I'm at the point now where I'm becoming a grumpy old guy. I'm just hell with them. I don't need them. You know.
You think?
Well, that's not a new thing for you, Joe.
No, I'm trying me right now. I was grumpy enough that I ate half the grits and I said, "The hell with them, I don't even want them."
God knows what you'd been like if you'd have been as long as I was when they did me toe. I was in there for 8 weeks.
Oh my, I can't imagine Joe sitting there for 8 weeks.
Well, what was her name? I can't remember what her name was. God darn it. Vicky? I can't remember. She was with Dr. Worley's office. She came in and she's smiling, give me all this, yeah, this thing positive. I looked at her and I said, "Listen to me. I got a good doctor. And they said the graft should go clean. I should never issue with it." I said, "In 2 weeks, I'm going to be walking. Don't be smiling at me like, yeah, we'll let him think this." You know? I told her that.
What'd she say?
She started laughing. She goes, "Don't, you'll probably be able to walk it. Then, we just don't want you to." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I could walk on it after the surgery because it's not weight bearing. I can walk on it all day." I said, "As long as I don't hit it on something." I said, "But the chance of me hitting it would be better than me walking on it hurting it." I said, "So I'm going to walk." I said, "I'll be doing my team pictures." I said, "But I just want y'all to know, don't be trying to play around. You know, don't try to throw something over on me because it's gonna be wrapped, it's gonna be sealed, and to protect it, it's gonna be healing, and they're giving me all this crap to heal it faster, right? And I'm gonna stay off. I'm gonna listen to them. I'm gonna stay off of it for 2 weeks, along in that unit. I'm gonna probably do it. But after that 2 weeks, when I go home, it's still gonna be wrapped, so the dogs can't hit it. And I'm not gonna walk that much at home. I'm just gonna get what I need done. And then when I do the team pictures, that's when I'm gonna walk. That's the 21st, 22nd. I'm gonna have to walk a little bit to set up the equipment, break it down, and set it up and break it down. And then
how
after
long-
that, I got 3 weeks before I have to take another picture.
How often are they going to have to change the dressing?
Well, they change it every other day. They're gonna come to me. You see?
Yeah.
So at that point, it'll be home health. They'll come to me.
Are you gonna be doing Thousand Island or Ranch?
Italian, creamy Italian.
So basically, they telling you need to stay off of it, but you just gonna do what you want to do.
What he wants to do, yeah.
No, they're telling
that's
me.
what I'm.
They're
no, no,
telling
no,
me they want me to
that's-
stay off of it for the
That's what I'm
first
hearing,
couple of
right?
weeks.
Yeah, that's right. You got it right, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Jonathan,
that's what I'm hearing. So you know what comes behind that, right, Joe?
no, you're not listening.
Mr. EMS. You know what happens when they tell you need to do certain things and then you don't do it. You know what happens behind that, right?
Oh yeah, I kind of know, but I'm not gonna let that happen.
Oh, guess what? Everybody that you took into the hospital said the same thing. Guess what? You probably end up having to go get them and take them back again.
We're gonna be talking to Peg Leg
Right.
Joe this time next year. We'll be talking to Peg Leg Joe.
This is 2025. You know they can put a telescope on your leg, right? You can screw it off and then look out. All you're gonna need is the eye patch and the ship. Then you already got the tugboat waiting for you. You got a tugboat. You got a tugboat waiting for you.
That'll be fine.
Come on, Joe. You know better than that, man. They say sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill for the 2 weeks.
Nah, I'm gonna walk.
What
on there,
happens
gotta sit
after
up
2
my
weeks,
equipment, take
Joe?
the pictures, and
Well,
yeah, they're gonna walk you right
that's
back to the
about the-
hospital.
That's about the 14th, right? They said I should be able to go home around the 14th. So I'll be on home health then. And what'll happen is they'll probably tell me still stay off of it as much as possible.
Right.
But the 21st, which is a week later, that's when I got to go set up the equipment.
He's got to go do a shoot on the 21st.
Yeah, team photos. If I don't go there, I don't have any money. That makes my money. That gets me locked in for football this year with the team. So I got to get there the 21st. Set up the equipment, sit in a chair. I could get the girls, the trainers, to set up the equipment for me. I'll show them how to do it. You know, it's like, or I could have somebody come out and set it up with me. Call my friend Dave. He'll come do it. He'll set it up, you know?
Okay, at least you're thinking right. Yeah, you're gonna need some help, man. You're definitely gonna need some help. You're gonna need some help. And then I don't wish this on you, right? But as soon as you went to talking about that and being there, I ain't gonna be on my feet. Them basketballs, you know, they get pushed in different directions. So I'm asking myself, I even have the vision of it. God damn, what if that ball?
Well, there's no
was
balls
hitting
included.
Huh?
This is going to be like a studio setup, and they just come in there.
Oh,
and
it's just a
stand there,
photo
take
shoot.
picture.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
This is the
focus.
easy part, you know. Once I shoot the first day, I got to break it down because of the fact that they have weights the next morning. Then I come back the next afternoon, set it back up, and we shoot the pictures of the higher grades. First day is freshman. Second day, and that's the only day I got to really walk, because I'm gonna have to walk out to the field to take a team picture. But if I got that little knee thing, I'll use the knee thing to get out there. You know, so I'm off my feet. So then when I turn around, then when I come back and the next day, I don't have the group pictures. I don't have the group pictures until about 3 weeks later in August.
So have they got to come in for the day in the middle of their summer holidays?
Well, they don't have a summer holiday. They're working weightlifting every day.
Yeah, they're training.
All right. Their stuff's already working. He issued all their uniform numbers yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now he's got all the uniform numbers right. And then the hardest thing for me after I shoot the 2 days, is getting it in the computer, getting all the editing done and getting it on my website. And I get that done in about 3 hours. So I just have to get to where I can walk on it and I'm satisfied with it. You know what I mean? If I know, hey, it's hurting, I can't walk that much, then I don't have a second plan. I got to fix it. I got to figure a way to fix it. And there may be a way to fix it by wearing like a boot. You know, because I'll ask them about that, because I've got a boot, you know, the kind you use when you hurt your ankle. That might be able to protect it enough and walk on it, because it'll take all the pressure off of it. So there's a plan out there. We're just looking at the straws right now, pulling straws, you know.
Well, while you're walking, because your ankle keeps moving as you walk, that's going to keep stretching the skin. That's probably why they don't want you walking.
Well, they're saying that it'll put a little pressure on it. It won't stretch it. They're saying that all it's going to do is put a little pressure outward on it a little bit. But they said after about a week, it shouldn't matter. That's what they're telling me.
You're gonna need to get that time in that they telling you then.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to give them 2 weeks. You see. So in that 2 weeks, and this is the best part about it. I'll talk to them over there. If that thing looks like it's healing okay, and they'll let it heal. If it looks like it's not healing okay right away, they got hyperbaric units they'll put me in. That's the ones they do for the guys that have the bends coming out of water. And it works with wound care. You get they put you in you're like this, Jonathan. They put you on like a little half a bed and roll you into a glass clear tube and shut you in.
Yeah, decompression chamber.
Yeah.
You gotta sit there for how long?
So you land on your back watching TV above you. They got a TV for you. You got you can move your arms around. You got all that room to do all of that. So you can scratch yourself if you had to. And you look it up. You got headphones on, and all they're doing is a decompression chamber. You're in there for a couple of hours, and it sends that oxygen all through your tissue.
Couple hours. Okay. That ain't bad.
Yeah, but you're in a tube where you can't get out the tube. You can see through it, but you can't get out of it.
You sure your hospital even has a decompression chamber? It's kind of an odd machine to have.
Well, I don't know if they have one here.
Hyperbaric chambers, yes, they are.
Most of them do.
They're very popular for using in wound healing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you went to the wound care place, they probably. I was thinking the hospital.
Yeah, they got them at the wound care. That's what they were telling me. That's why I said let's go, because I know they might do that anyway, just to make it.
Although Tugboat Joe, you might call it a diving bell instead.
Yeah.
I like that one. TJ right now. Tugboat Joe. Man.
Be changing these chamber.
Joe, the demon of the sea, run you sailors, run.
Captain Pugwash.
Did you get your dishwasher in yet, Donald?
I am just getting back with this part right here that I had to go get.
Oh, okay.
So I was held up on doing that.
Joe,
were you working
since you've been there, man, besides your daughter?
Say it again.
Who came to visit you since you've been there besides your daughter?
Over here to me?
Johnny came.
Johnny is the only one to come to visit me. My daughter came up once. So I've been here a week and I've only had one visit from my daughter and one visit from Johnny. But you know what? I don't mind the visits, but it's okay. I'm good. Leave me alone.
That's a good thing. Let you know who your friends are.
Well, Johnny only came up there to make sure Joe was in the bed so he could snag that printer. He's like, oh yeah, he is disabled. All right,
It's a
we're
little
good.
far for me to drive from Missouriana.
Yeah, Johnny came up here. I told you, the door opened up, and I looked over there at the door, and I had the iPad just like I'm holding it here, and I looked over at the door, and I seen a phone come around and thing like that, and it's just going like this, showing me the phone. I said, "It got to be Johnny."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, I just wanted to see your ass in a bit." He said, "I wanted to see if your ass was in a bit." Like
I
that.
salute Johnny for that. I salute Johnny for that. That's big.
And then he did go look at his short. I mean, the little video he put out. He said, "Visiting Captain Joe." He's got the whole video.
Oh yeah.
He stopped at. He's driving down the road talking about it. Stopped at Sam's, bought the Jack Links and the pretzel things. Then he showed them to everybody coming here. Then he gets into the front of the hospital right here. He says, "Oh, look, Joe, don't get scared. They got poles here." Every pole he saw, he pointed out to me. Look, more poles over here, Joe. Don't get scared. One pole. Just one pole. One tugboat, one pole. And I never.
I'm surprised he didn't fly the Neo through the hospital door rather than the phone.
Yeah.
Right in his room.
Oh yeah, he did a whole video of him going to the store and getting your snacks and everything.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. Salute to you, Johnny D.
Hey, is Al Cercione, is he South Florida drone flyer?
Yeah.
And is the time to fly, is that Al Diaz?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh God, that's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's Al.
Were you watching it?
Yeah, he walks up at the Sam's Club and he's like, "Hey, Joel or Joe, look, a pole." They got poles at Sam's Club.
Yeah, he's at Sam's Club too. I forgot about
that. Every time he walks by a pole in the video, he has to point it out to Joe. Oh, that shit's funny.
You say that he's a friend, right? So guess what? I don't sell anything on eBay for a long time, right? First day in here, or second day in here, I sell a camera butter filter. So I got to get my daughter to go get the camera butter filters and mail them, right? Remember that thing I bought, that little sound box thing, that 5-theme box?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way it hooked up. I just didn't like that one. So I boxed it up and put what I paid for it. Sold that one today. So now she got to go back to the house, print the label, box it up, and send it off.
Johnny walked in and said, "Oh, I found him sitting on his ass."
Yep.
That's a big door. And that's a big battery.
Let's see. Yeah.
It's nice when you're in the hospital, have people visit. But it's also nice when you're just left alone. You know? The one I'm shocked is that my brother hasn't showed up to see me. Because my brother, he's dealing with something with his daughter. But my brother, if I'm in the hospital for anything, he's always there. Now, he's calling me 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, maybe he's not overly concerned. It's not like it's not at this point. It's not like a life-threatening thing or anything. So.
Well, I'm getting my money's worth. You heard everything, right?
What?
Because when they moved me the other day, my chest hurt. My chest started hurting when I was moved from the operation. The troponin levels say that I had a heart attack.
Oh yeah. I remember you saying that.
So I had a little slight heart attack. I've had all of that stuff happen, you know? So like the nurses are telling me, you're just trying to get your money's worth. You know, it's like, yeah.
Johnny came to visit you. Oh God, you're definitely going to get COVID now.
Why, is he caught it a bunch of times or something?
Johnny's only once.
Has he heard it once? All right. I know there's at least one person in the drone community who's had it about 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, Captain Ray.
Was it Ray?
Yeah, Captain Ray gets it every other week.
Mm.
He's had it at least 3 times since I know it.
Remember, he got it in Europe on that cruise. What a drag.
Yeah.
No, that was the The Puerto Rico one before the drone meetup, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did catch it right before the meetup.
Yeah.
And then somebody gave it to a bunch of people at the meetup, didn't they?
Well, I think it was from the cruise.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people at the meetup got
passed it on to them. Yeah.
I'm gonna contact them and tell them I need to get to the bathroom because I better do it now before they start putting stuff where I gotta sit here for 30 minutes. I'll be right back.
Just and I could see that when he tried to go into his stuff and then turned out no, it was like nobody's seen before.
There's Paul out flying the shit.
He didn't say. He was there a minute ago.
It looks like Donald's still working on his dishwasher.
Yeah, his water inlet pipe was a different fitting, so he had to go and buy an adapter.
Mm.
All those clients are so egregious, and you know you want to them. Are you do something for them? Or you just
I think the adapter was almost as much as buying a new pipe.
What's up, TJ? Matt went to go pick his mom up from the airport last night. She's out there visiting again.
I didn't go on Bill. I went straight to bed after Paul finished. I didn't think it was really fair to wake Kate up at 4 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed.
Yeah, I got on one of the games or the game last night and talked with Matt for about 30 minutes. I went to bed. And he had to head to the airport to go get his mom. Hey Lance, those hot dogs from that place, are those the buns they use, are those Hawaiian rolls?
Are they what?
Are they like Hawaiian rolls or are they like regular hot dog buns?
You know, they are probably Hawaiian rolls. They are big and thick and
Are they sweet?
A little bit sweet. Yep. Well, you know,
Oh,
I believe
probably
it's kinda
probably a
hard
bit,
because
probably
all
a
the,
brioche,
Okay.
like a brioche bread.
but yeah, we had that Friday. I think we're going to do pizza tonight. I think we're changing it to from now on. It's going to be Sunday pizza.
Lance, when do you leave to go back home?
No, I just bought a house. I'm staying.
Oh,
The 3rd. It's Thursday, isn't it?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, long weekend for you this weekend coming, isn't it?
Decided to come back on the 3rd because we were going to go to our cabin on the 4th. Well, now we're not going to the cabin on the 4th. I would have stayed longer.
Mm.
We weren't going to be able to get up there. Another family member is using it, so.
Hey, have you got your school to add an extra day's holiday on to the end of the summer break? Because you're missing out on July the 4th. Because you're already
Hey,
on.
I'll mention that to my union.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Funny ass video.
You guys watch my Surfer Chicks video?
I did. I commented on it.
Oh, I've got another one up. This
I
time
didn't
there's
see that one.
two gals surfing together at the same time.
Well, on the
one
same
wave.
board.
No, on one wave, on two boards.
Now, Lance, where you're at is a small town, right?
Yes, it's called Kailua Town, and it's the beach area is called Poipu.
Called what?
Now, when you interact with the locals, do they just kind of like standoffish a little bit, or?
No, they're friendly.
You
My
say
God, dude.
you say it was called Koipu Beach.
What?
I remember when I was younger though, like in my 20s, and I came. They weren't quite as friendly because we were the younger crowd. But now that I'm an old man,
Exchange, have you got any thing? Just 10.
I've got, I think, £6.
It's all right. Just go and get another packet.
Yeah.
So we want some more bread and more milk, don't we? There's only the 2 crusts. So yeah, I'll get a loaf and a bottle of milk from there as well.
I've got 6 £7 packets.
It's all right.
Now, do they get a lot of tourism from Southeast Asia there?
54 in
Yes, they do.
all the big bills will come out. Boom, up there, like boom. Oh yeah, about
I
1.
would say their biggest population is probably California. You see a lot of people from, you see ball caps like the San Francisco Giants and Oakland A's and LA Dodgers, San Diego Padres. There's a lot of Seattle folks as well.
I would guess the bigger cities like Honolulu and places like that get a lot more tourists, right?
It's really a tourist spot. One, it's probably cheaper to get there. And it's a big bustling city, it's obviously the biggest city in the state. But you guys can have that. I won't go to Oahu probably the rest of my life. It's nice to see once. And I lived there when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it. But yeah, I would definitely go to Maui or Kauai, and then the Big Island would be my third choice. Kauai, where we are, is my first choice. It's for us, we enjoy it a little better than the others, especially now that Lahaina is no longer, which is a drag.
Now, when you fly in now, do you fly into Honolulu Airport?
No, we fly directly into Kauai.
Okay.
Lahui Airport. And when we first came over on our honeymoon in 1987, if I said that right, 1987, there was no direct flight to Kauai, so we had to go to Honolulu. We spent 4 days there and then flew over to Kauai.
That's about when I was out there, the late 80s, the early 80s.
And then I think when we came back, I still think they did not have a direct flight. I think we came back in 93.
Have they gotten any rebuilding done there?
They do. You should YouTube some videos. There's a guy that does it all the time, and he's kind of showing you the stages. So mostly residential homes have been built. Not, in fact, I don't think very many commercial in the town have been built yet. Although they've relocated to other parts of the island, like an example, Cheeseburger in Paradise is no longer ever going to be there because it's on the water side, and they're not allowing anything on the water side to be rebuilt. So they just went out of town like 5 miles, and I don't know if they built or just bought a building and housed their restaurant there. I don't know.
Why are they not allowing rebuilding on that side? They got plans for it or something?
Zoning, is probably, flooding and, too precarious on that side. If you've ever been, they were all on stilts, and, it was definitely an eclectic town for sure. And on that side, it was the boardwalks weren't even, and you'd walk into the establishments and the stairs. None of the stairs were, it was pretty cool. And even on the roadside, it was still eclectic. But yeah, it's going to be so cookie cutter. It's not going to be for me anyway. I'm not looking forward to seeing everything built in 2025. It was cool when it was built in 1945.
Now, are you planning on moving there eventually or what?
No, no. We may live here for a bit in retirement, just stay over for a month, but we don't know yet.
Cost of
we're
living's
also
high though, isn't it?
very much higher. That's why we would never move. I mean, it's ridiculously higher. Let's see, what did $25 for a thing of Reynolds wrap foil? $25.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like $2, $3. It was like $3 or $4 here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
To help keep your levels in the normal range. I'm really impressed with Lucasfilm. Based on scientific evidence, I recommend Lucasfilm.
Oh yeah, if you came from another state and moved there, yeah, you would deplete your retirement pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like the prices up in Alaska. It's expensive up there too.
See what Trinity watched a supply truck toss hundreds of fuel packs to waiting soldiers. As Sam caught his pack, he was surprised with every item.
Well, that's a chore using that walker and getting to the bathroom.
Well, I'll bet.
I go about 4 times a day because of that antibiotic. I got it down the way I could do it on my own without anybody even coming. I just have them come just in case because they got to strap the machine on the walker. It actually has a long enough cord that I could go in there anyway.
Should be somebody in there anyway, just in case you do slip or something.
Yeah, that's the only reason I do it. But like just now is the first time I came out and sat in the bed and said, I'm back. You know, don't feel like standing there. But what happens is the legs have been raised so much that when I lean it down, all that blood flow in there, Lord. Shoot, they gave me that Norco yesterday around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And they gave it to me, and a lady, and I felt the pain go off. And then I heard dietary and looked up, it was 12:05. I said, oh, Lord. Knocked me out for 2 hours, which is probably a good thing. All right, I've got to shave. I can't stand it.
Starting to bug you?
Yeah, it's starting to bug me.
Well, you don't like beards or what?
Yeah, he's
Not
starting
that,
to look like Wolfman Jack there.
not that I don't like it. I just don't want it anymore. Every once in a while, I say I'm gonna do it, then I say I'm not gonna do it. That's why I haven't shaved yet. So when I get out of here, if it's 3 weeks, I'll get to look like it, see what it looks like in 3 weeks, and then make that decision. You know, might just trim it up, just line it up. Because after about a week, this thing starts growing real fast.
Yeah.
See, I don't like it down on my neck past here. Like what I usually do is I line it up like that and shave all the stuff on my neck. You know.
Brenda, how's the puppy dog doing?
Oh,
And they're from the district for the Congress.
Okay.
What's Donald doing? Installing his dishwasher?
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
He had to get some new adapters to be able to hook it up to his connections.
Yeah. So I just want to know. Everybody took a good look to see if we had any black eyes from yesterday.
that's
Who,
why
you?
that's why he had the hat on and
Yeah, I'm
did
wondering because remember he said his wife was the dishwasher.
did the
Oh,
powder
yeah.
around his eyes.
Well, he's been walking with a limp today. Maybe that's what it is.
I think working there, and they took over this. They didn't want Biden, and they didn't feel he's incompetent. This is really.
See, this place they're talking about, I don't even know where it's at. This is right behind the Lowe's. I pass there all the time. I don't see any hospital. They must have a little small building with a like very, very limited, you know what I mean? Wound care. Go find out it's gonna be a shed in the back to leave in overnight.
They have a wound care place here, and it's not very big.
Well, I bet you that's gonna cost some money for the insurance. I bet you hit my deductible and all this.
Yep, you'll hit your deductible by going into the hospital.
Yep. Because you got to think something. I've been here a week, right? I've had one surgery. I'm getting ready to have a second surgery. Got to be $250,000 already.
As long as they can get you up out of there in one
Boone's,
piece.
Boone's being
Yeah.
Boone. He almost got out the door on me yesterday.
What you mean got out the door? You don't let them go outside, Paul?
Out in the backyard, but if he gets out in the front yard, he runs. He's gone.
He bolts out the
Oh.
front door and Paul sometimes. So you gotta be careful.
And
He's
I was
gotten out a few
at
times.
the back door, at the side door, which goes down the ramp, goes outside. And
Mm-hmm.
some people came and he tried to bolt out as soon as I opened the door. And I had him just pinned by the neck right there. And I said, "You're not going anywhere. No way."
We told you, don't open that door till you put him in the backyard.
Yep.
You gotta do it.
Right.
Say, hold on a minute, it's not that important. I gotta put him in the backyard. It's like when I got it coming over to do this stuff, nobody comes in that house till I move him to the back and lock him in the back.
Yep.
Because if they leave it open, he's gone. Tino wants to be outside. He's gonna take off outside. And he gets to the top of the stairs by me, he looks at me and says, I'm gonna run. I got to come back in, he takes off. And all I gotta do is go down to the car, he's gonna be sitting by the car.
Well, see, Boone doesn't do that. The last couple of times he's gotten away, he ended up blocks away.
Luckily, he ended up blocking away.
Yeah, because the traffic's pretty heavy here. They got construction on some other roads, so the street in front of my house has been really busy, and he bolted right out between the traffic and across the street and down the next street. Oh, Brenda, Pupper Dog is up to 40 pounds now. It's like 5 months old. Going to be a big dog. Yeah, he got into one of his wild child moments yesterday, and he was bolting back and forth through the house, jumping from one couch to another chair just shoom, 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 shoom.
Excitement.
Finished. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, some people talking.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
No, that's I think something.
Hey, Paul, I think I'm gonna jump off. I'm getting a headache.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I'll be on later.
Okay, I think we're just going to shut it down for this morning and see everybody later today.